Respiration is a biochemical process that involves the exchange of gases, for example, intake of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide from the body. Second, that involves the oxidation of food material. For example, glucose, the formula is C6H12O6 undergo the oxidation in the presence of oxygen, and this form 6 molecule of carbon dioxide and 6 molecule of water plus energy released in form of ATP. This is the complete definition of respiration. Means it is a biochemical process that involves the exchange of gases and oxidation of food material. It is a catabolic process. Catabolic means breakdown in which the food, just like glucose, break down into it carbon dioxide and water. There are two types of respiration based on the consumption of oxygen or not. First, aerobic respiration that involve the that occur in the presence of oxygen. Second one is the anaerobic respiration that occur in the absence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration further divide into two parts. First one is the alcoholic fermentation. Second one is the lactic acid fermentation. Means anaerobic respiration is also called fermentation. In case of alcoholic fermentation, the last or end product is alcohol, that is ethanol. In case of lactic acid, the last product is lactic acid plus carbon dioxide, and in this case alcohol also release the carbon dioxide. It is commonly occur in yeast. This occur in animal muscles. Then example of aerobic respiration is animal, human being. Then further the type of an aerobic respiration. First type of aerobic respiration is direct respiration. Second one is the indirect respiration. Direct respiration which occur without involvement of special respiratory organ, and the indirect that occur with the help of special respiratory organ. And indirect respiration is further divided into following parts. First one is the cutaneous respiration. Second one is the bacopharyngeal respiration. Third one is the bronchial respiration. Pulmonary respiration. Tracheal respiration. Cutaneous respiration which occurs through the skin, in which respiratory organ is skin. Buccopharyngeal, in which respiratory organ is buccal cavity, and pharynx means buccopharyngeal cavity. In the bronchial respiration, the respiratory organs are gills, In the pulmonary respiration, respiratory organs are lungs. All these four type of respiration occur in frog. And last one is the tracheal respiration, in which the respiratory organ is trachea. This occur in insect just like cockroach. Then the phases of indirect respiration. First phase of indirect respiration is breathing. Breathing means the intake of fresh air into the respiratory organ like lungs through the respiratory tract. This is called breathing. Again, the breathing means intake of fresh air through the respiratory tract into the respiratory organ just like lungs. This is called the breathing. And the respiratory tract means the passage from which fresh air enter into the lungs. The air first enter into the nose, then nasal chamber, then the trachea, or last and reaches to the lungs. This is called the breathing. Second one is the external respiration. This external respiration occur at lungs level, in which oxygen enter into the lungs through the air or atmosphere. Then from the lungs, this is the breathing, and removal of carbon dioxide. This is called breathing. Then from the lungs, oxygen enter into the blood and carbon dioxide enter into the lungs. This is called external respiration. Then from the blood, oxygen enter into the cell and carbon dioxide enter into the lungs. This is called internal respiration. Means the external respiration means the transport of oxygen from the lungs to the blood. This occur at lungs level. And second one is the internal respiration. It means the transport of oxygen from the blood to the cells and the carbon dioxide from the cells to the blood. After reaching to the cell, oxygen react with glucose and cause aerobic respiration. This is called cellular respiration. Then discuss about the cellular respiration. In case of respiration, there are the four phases. Breathing involves the entry of oxygen from the air to the lungs, and the second one is the external respiration, which involves the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide at lungs level. In this case, oxygen enter into the blood. The next, from the blood, oxygen reach to the cell. This exchange of gases, entry of oxygen into the cell and removal of carbon dioxide from the cell. This is called internal respiration. And use of oxygen to break down the glucose in cell. This is called cellular respiration. So these are the four phases of respiration. First one is the breathing, and the carbon dioxide removed from the cell enter into the blood, and from the blood the carbon dioxide enter into the lungs, and from the lungs the carbon dioxide move outside the lungs into the air. This is the complete four phases of the four phases of respiration. First one is the breathing. This is the breathing, and this one is the external respiration that occur at lungs level. Third one is the internal respiration that occur at cellular or tissue level, and fourth one is the cellular respiration, in which the use of the oxygen to break down the glucose and release carbon dioxide. Then we will discuss about this cellular respiration. In case of cellular respiration, first of all, glucose break down into pyruvic acid. A glucose molecule consists of 6 carbon, while the pyruvic acid consists of only 3 carbon. So by the breakdown of one glucose produce 2 molecule of pyruvic acid. If the pyruvic acid undergo aerobic respiration, react with oxygen present in the mitochondria, then the oxygen react with pyruvic acid. This produce carbon dioxide plus water plus energy in form of ATP. This carbon dioxide released from the cell and enter in the blood. From the blood, this enter into the lungs. From the lungs, this remove from the body into the air. While these water molecules used by the cell during their cellular activity and ATP molecules are stored inside the mitochondria to provide the energy. So mitochondria is called powerhouse of the cell. If pyruvic acid do not get proper amount of oxygen, this undergo anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration is of the two type. First one is the alcoholic fermentation. Second one is the lactic acid fermentation. In the lactic acid, the end product is the lactic acid. In alcoholic fermentation, end product is the alcohol. This occur in the yeast, and this lactic acid fermentation occur in our muscles. And this is complete about the cellular respirations.